Don, the cameraman, is going to be our judge here. If you can provide...
If you still got that $5 I slipped you, Don.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna freeze there.
Downtown Cleburne is making a comeback, and this show will take you inside the stores and the stories of the courageous entrepreneurs who are making it happen. If you can make a convincing argument for why my suggestions on marketing are not good suggestions or wouldn't work, and then I'm going to have to make a donation to a downtown nonprofit here.
Okay.
And if you can't come up with a good reason for why these aren't all bad ideas, and then you're going to need to implement them within the next 30 days, or at least start implementing one of those. Do we have a deal?
Sounds like a good deal.
All right. You'll shake on it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go high to low, so more expensive to less expensive. You know, when I walk in a store, especially like a retail shop, it's on Main, there's so much character, I want to be put in the buying mood immediately. So hardwood flooring, some nice pendant lighting, you know, some just really refresh the decor in here. When I walked in, I would be much more like, oh, wow, this is so cool, I have to explore, you know, and my hand starts reaching for my wallet a whole lot quicker. Tell me what your perspective is on that.
Actually, I like the idea greatly. My problem is just strictly finances. I like that idea, and I absolutely am willing to implement it. It won't happen in 30 days because it's strictly a pocketbook issue. But that one, it's a fantastic idea.
Don't have the money, basically, is what it comes down to.
That's a fantastic idea, and I certainly can't find any fault with it. I agree with it completely. So.
Okay, so Don, give me a verdict on whether his objection was satisfactory to make that a strike.
At this point in time, I do agree with him that that's, you know, prohibitive on cost, and I like the Art Deco lights.
Okay. All right. Shot down. All right. Strike one. All right. So suggestion number 2 is, well, let me ask you this. Are you doing any paid advertising on Facebook right now?
Some. It's not a huge budget, but I'm probably spending $60 to $100 a month on Facebook advertising.
Sure. Cool. So here's my suggestion, is to run ads on specific books that you have and keep circulating that out. So instead of always, if I'm interested in the published page, I'm not just seeing the same ad, right. I'm seeing, oh, here's this book, and then here's this book, and here's this book. And I get a feel for books going in and out of your store, and get some sense of movement there, and also I'm seeing some variety in your ads there as well. So that would be suggestion number 2, is run some paid ads on specific books.
I think it's a great idea. One of the reasons I've hesitated is if that works great on things that I regularly stock. When we were doing the Jenny B. Jones last year for the theater, I did that. Most of my books are one-off books, so things that I've got a specific genre that I've got some depth in, I think that would work well. So I'm willing to try that.
Okay.
I don't know if that was a win or lose. Did I just concede?
All right. So Don, what's the verdict on whether suggestion number 2 of running Facebook ads against specific books?
It can work, I think. I guess worded correctly.
All right. So you got to give me a clear answer. Is it a yes or is it a no?
Let's do a yes on that one.
Oh, I got a yes. Okay.
I'm willing to concede that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've got one more idea. So if I already got a yes, then we may not need it. But here it is. So you can choose between. If this one's a yes too, you can choose between the 2. All right. So I think it'd be interesting to kind of get more of like your customers' stories. And not super in depth, nothing, you know, not a massive interview or anything. But what I'd like to see you do is when people check out, say, hey, can I shoot a quick video of you explaining what you bought today and why it looks interesting to you?
I like that.
And then you could do a Facebook Live. And so the people who follow your page will get notified, or at least more of them will get notified, hey, there's a video happening. And if they're willing to go with it, you know, your customer can talk for, you know, 1 or 2 minutes while you're just standing there with your phone. And presto, you've got the stories as they happen of people coming in, buying your books, and finding interesting things.
I have no problem with that at all. I have been telling stories about the people, but I haven't been actively involving them in the stories, and I think that's a great idea. So I'll concede on that one.
All right, so Don, is that we've got a win on that one too?
I love stories.
And I do too. We generally ask people if they will if they'll check in, and we've had people that do that. but we haven't done the interview type thing, and I think that's a great idea. So.
So between those two ideas, which one would you like to start implementing in the next few days?
I like the last one. The first one, the individual books, I'll work on that. I think that's a great idea. But the checking with customers about video, that's simple, and I think it could be very effective. So I'm glad you suggested that.
Yeah, so do I owe Don some money now for a favorable ruling? Or do you get a refund on your bribe to Don for the...
Well, I think
How does that work?
I think he's already spent it, so I don't know.
Oh, shucks.
It's up to Don. Don's the judge. He'll have to decide.
He's not saying anything. Okay, fantastic. All right, thank you.
Craig, we're doing this new program where we're actually asking our customers why they came in here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the store?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to tell you about my books.
Hold on a second. Let me get over here. Okay. Craig. This is Craig Miller, who just bought 5 children's books here from us in the Published Page. Craig, how'd you happen to come in the Published Page today, and how'd you make your choices?
Well, we're actually filming something in here today, so look for something exciting coming up there.
You don't mind if we put this on Facebook, do you, Craig?
I guess that would be all right.
All right. Well, we're gonna put it on there then.
All right.
We've got 2 more people here in the store today. They are sisters Becky and Beth. Well, how did you enjoy your visit to the store today?
We loved it. This is an awesome place.
And
We're the Long family from Flower Mound, Texas.
the long.
Wonderful time visiting the store today.
Well, are y'all going to come back and see us again?
We most certainly will. We're valued customers now.
That's right. We've got you on the list as valued customers.
So since we filmed the first episode now, you've taken a number of videos. What are the reactions that people usually give you when you ask them if you could take a short video of them?
So far, we've had very positive response. People generally think it's a good idea. They want to be on screen.
Well, that's wonderful. You know, I think whether you like it or not, about any retail business now should also be a media company as well, essentially. All right, so earlier we had been talking about you doing an Indiegogo campaign to raise money for building renovation, right?
Correct.
And as of the time that we're recording this, you're actually doing a GoFundMe.
That's true.
So tell me about the change in, at least in the short term, why you're making that change.
Long-run expectations are unchanged. Short-term, we got into a building that required more upkeep, more repairs than we thought. It took longer to get fixed. So we went longer without income while we were spending more of our reserves than we had planned. And this is the slow time of the year, and those things just, the paths crossed, and we got in the cash flow bind.
Yeah.
But the funds are working. I think the immediate emergencies being met. I feel real good about the long range. I have never, since the day we saw this building and decided to buy it, I've never second-guessed that decision. I feel like this is where we're supposed to be, and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
We like the people. We like the business structure here. We like the potential for growth, and we're here to stay.